Well folks, this is not the most interesting newest of series, but it sure as hell is an interesting spot I'm at. Have a look at this. This is Cramond Beach in Scotland, and there's an island there that we can only visit when the tide goes down. So I'm waiting for that currently, and while I wait, you guys can watch this video. And it's the same series that we started some videos ago. Enjoy! After our previous success with old Sony gear, I would like to give this one a chance. Clean this, don't mind if I do. All of 2 minutes later, here's that same Sony TC136SD looking a whole lot more presentable. Does it work, however? Let's turn it on. Oh, well, this can mean two things. Either capacitors or a dirty record switch. Let's hope it's a dirty record switch. And problem solved. Good. So, dirty record switch it is. We have fast forward. Okay, it's doing it again, but it didn't do it before. Fast forward, we have no reverse. We have, okay, the fast forward just gave up as well. Oh, it's not happy. So it does fast forward, but it does not play. Yeah. I can hear the broken belts. It's weird how it sometimes does fast forward and sometimes it doesn't. Clearly unhappy. But let it fast forward for a bit, see if it wakes up. Yeah, rewind's not even trying. The capstan sometimes runs. You seem confused, sir. Fast forward has now officially given up the ghost, as has reverse. It does play, but obviously it's only transporting the left reel currently by the capstan, so that's going to eat my tape sooner or later. I think it just shat itself completely. Can we get any action on those VUs before we give up on this one? Nothing. No, I have nothing good to report. This one is in need of more love than I'm going to give it, but at least it has a nice bath now. I was told one of these speakers was in a gentleman's garage and the other one was in his living room. Now they are not clean at all. Neither of them is, but I feel like this was the garage one. Do you see that? And I guess this was a rather spidery, dusty living room. Shouldn't hurt them though, so let's see if they work, because these are actually kind of nice. Let's see. So far I hear nothing, but that may be me. Yes. Okay, give me something with highs. There we are. Yeah, they work fine. They are the BMW V200, I think? DS1, all the same. Potentially BMW's most underrated speaker. They're really good actually. So don't tell anyone I told you that they're good, because they're still dirt cheap. They're much better than more expensive BMWs from the time. Also better than the larger ones from this series. I think you really have to go to the DM110 to get something slightly better, but even then, the difference isn't too big. I'm mostly impressed with the little tweeter because it looks super cheap, but it sounds great, and the low end it sounds like a well-designed cabinet, probably because it is, even though not exactly well made. But the design just works, and I think these are the ones to get if you want to get some cheap BMW goodness. Definitely better than the stuff they made in the years after, like the 560 and such. Boomy mess. These are good, and still a lot of low end. A cute little radio by the name of Nora. Look at it. Tubes, I presume. And, oh, I'm working. Tone controls at the back. Works really well. And it has the normal scale with the numbers, as you can see, but then you can also rotate it, and then you get, there we go, and then you get the channel names. How awesome is that little thing? So this is the Nora Minuette, and it's awesome. It's really cool. And it sounds remarkably good for a little plastic radio. It's actual plastic, it's not Bakelite, I think. Maybe it is Bakelite, I'm not sure. I think it's plastic. But what an adorable little thing, and a beautiful light. I had, and I think the light just gave up. Oh no! There was a light here that just stopped working. Oh no! So that needs replacing now. Sounds remarkably good for its size. I'm actually really impressed. What's better than one Aciko cassette recorder new in box? Two Aciko cassette recorders new in box, and we can DJ with those if we want to. How cool is that? Hey, let's try them out. So they are new, but obviously the rubbers are still 40 years old. So chances are that they still won't work. But I feel like it's worth replacing the belt on something this old that is still new in box, because it's just such a rarity. They may have no value at all, but what are the odds of bumping into this? First unboxing, look at it. There's already bits of plastic that have broken off because quality. Should still work, I guess. Let me get a power cable. It's gonna sound probably quite crappy because little plastic case with speaker, but oh, not running though. Oh no, you got this, come on. I guess the capstan belt is gone. No, it's not. But it's very weak. Very easy to stop. Come on, you got this. It is running, but then when it needs to pull the tape forward, it's not, because it's a pretty solid thing. Metal flywheel. And here's the culprit. This belt is completely gone. Can I replace this without taking that PCB out? I think I can. Can I? Let me see. Oh, yeah, you can. Okay, but you have to take the flywheel out, unfortunately. The PCB is kind of in the way, but not a super big deal, because I can just lift it and that should do it. Right, that makes it a lot easier. One PCB. It's a pretty well made thing, this. I've never heard of the brand Aciko, but it's definitely not complete crap. Okay, we take this off, and then we grab this ye olde belt, which is really done for. Let's see what we have. Where's the motor pulley? How do I not find the motor pulley? The heck? Oh, never mind. Now, I don't remember how it was situated. Was it just like this? I have my doubts. Or was it... I mean, the tension seems about right, so let's put it back together, see if it works. I should have taken a photo before I did this. I have decided this many a time, and I forgot again. And then it should... Why won't it go together? You're supposed to clip in here somehow. These cables are a bit on the short side. Well, first of all, this still needs to be in there, of course. I think that is the whole issue. Yeah, there we are. Okay. You put some screws in. Yeah, there we are. Okay. So one screw is gone. Ah, right there. There's nothing rattling inside anymore. I'm still not sure what that was. What do we have now? Oh no. There we go. Okay, fast forward, rewind, play. Oh yeah, that's gonna work. Here we go. Ready, steady. Okay, it's running a bit on the slow side, but that's adjustable. Let's try recording, way more important. That's rewind stay. This is the one you need. Okay, it won't stay and record, so I put something back together wrong, but let's see if it records nonetheless. And we'll get back to that later then. If it records nonetheless, and we'll get back to that later then. Not completely happy, but definitely functional. Now I must admit, I didn't want to, but that's where the microphone and such inputs are supposed to be. So I put something back together slightly wrong. Also proven by the fact that it doesn't want to stay in record mode. But I would say with a new belt and probably a slightly better fitting belt, And a rebuild, this is going to be a-okay. Let's put this back, go to the other one, see what that does. The other manual is in the plastic, and with the other one the manual is outside the plastic, and this also has a little bit of... No, that's not tape. It's just a badly made bag. Here we are. Same story, exactly the same. It looks brand new, it probably is. Let's see if this one does any more than the other. Fast forward, rewind, and this belt feels a bit better, but not great either. Will it transport the tape? Yes, it does. But no sound. At all. Now, often, as I've said many times, that is a dirty record switch. Nothing. Interesting. Not even amplifier noise, I think. Nope. So this one's mechanically sound, but somehow no sound at all. And the other one has okay electronics, but doesn't run quite right. So I think the least we can do is make one good one with these two, but not right now. Okay, spoilers, already tried this one. I was talking to my girlfriend about it and I tested it. And I hooked it up and it sounded super distorted. And then I realized this has a built-in preamplifier. The power switch, bit wonky, sometimes doesn't work. Other than that, it's a-okay. It's now hooked up to a line level input and... So yeah. Does the auto stop work? Let's see. Yes, it does. So this is a 212 with a built-in preamp, and I'm not sure if that was original. I think it was an option. But that is really cool because then you can use it with any and every amplifier, or even just a pair of PC speakers or your bloody TV if you want to. So that makes it infinitely useful. It is very dirty, but these you have to clean really carefully because the text comes off. The decals come off if you don't do it properly. So don't use anything aggressive like this kitchen cleaner that I use for everything. Just use some glass cleaner or so and give it a coating and then go ham with a brush. That is usually what I do. Let me show ye. I just go like this. But it's electronics. Yes, it's electronics. It's really not that sensitive. And then you just go like this. And you just clean around everything. And you get into all the nooks and crannies. And then after that you go ham with a microfiber cloth. And then you have a gorgeous looking player with all the decals intact. I never knew whether you say decals or decals. And I recently learned on a podcast, I'm not sure which one it was, I think it was Smith and Sniff, that they also don't know. And they are native English speakers, so apparently that's one of those words that no one agrees on. Microfiber to the rescue. Whee! And now all of the gross nicotine is coming off. Now if it's really bad, what you can do is actually, careful with the sliders, what you can do is actually use a more aggressive cleaner, but you have to work around the text. Which is a pity because then you always see this brownish shine around the text, which is a pity. But it's better than it was before. And these are great players, just not the most reliable, but this one, hey, scary stuff is happening. This has some sort of weird earth going on. It's an Akai X201D, and I like these because they usually work and they sound awesome. Let's see. Bit protesting. But if that is all, let me get a tape. Not the nicest tape path to work with, but once you know it, oh well. It's the counter that's noisy. Oh, we have 2 channels, okay. Let's hook it up and see what we get. Actually, I need this speed. In case you wonder why it's such a mess on this table, because I usually tidy up more often. As I said, I had the vasectomy. And I am not allowed to carry too much stuff, so I don't want to do unnecessary carrying. That is the reason that I'm going to stop soon, because this space is sort of full now, and I'm going to tidy up tomorrow. But I wanted to end this day with a banger. I'm not sure if this is the end of any video, or if it just continues after this. But I'm going to have a glass of wine and sit in the garden, which has now nicely cooled down. Where is that table? Oh boy! I think we got something that works. There we are. Sounds like it needs a clean, but other than that, that sounds pretty happy to me. Not too shabby. Where's my alcohol? Hey! Okay. Let's give these heads a clean and I think it's going to be absolutely functional. Ah, apparently I had a wound on my finger. That hurt. The erase head is very dirty. Look at that. You see that? I'm not sure if it focused. Again, the screen is way too small to see, so the screen is about yay big. It's a DJI Osmo Pocket 2, I believe. There's a link in the description if you want to buy one. I do recommend it. I do recommend DJI stuff anyway. Not sponsored, unfortunately. Here we go. Yep. That all seems a-okay. Let me grab a tape. Not the same one because this one's really not made for the low speeds. It's an LGR 30p. I usually use this to polish heads if they need polishing because it's really rough. Instead I have here a Maxell LN, bit of a thin one, 25 micron. So I'm gonna thread it with care and handle it with care because I don't want this to be ruined because it's in great shape. I do have the wooden cover for this tape recorder, by the way. That's also there. The whole thing is in amazing shape, to be honest. And it sounds like it doesn't need an awful lot of work, except for that counter being a bit noisy. Okay, we have music. Let me hook this up. It's already hooked up, good. Do we have input? We have, yes we do. We have input. Let's see. Let's start at the highest speed. Counter to 0. And here we go. And then at counter 10 we're going to go to the medium speed. And at counter 15 we're going to go to the lowest speed. And 15. And then we do a nice little fade out. I can see that the pots are a bit scratchy, but honestly, if that is all, winding's fine because it's a 3 motor machine. Ooh, that's not happy. Bit distorted, more than a bit. Okay, how's the lower speed? I feel like the issue is not that it doesn't record well. I feel like it can't handle the input of the source. Let's try that again. Let's try that again. But now with lower volume. Let's put these to half and see what it does. Okay, here we go. Let's try this again. Let's see if that's any better, because that didn't sound like tape distortion, that sounded like input distortion. There you go, problem solved. Perfect. Also very acceptable. And that's obviously the lowest speed, but it's about as good as it gets. This one is 100% functional. Just gotta fix that counter, that's a bit noisy. And that's really all. That's nice. That's really nice. These are, again, great little machines. Did the counter just stop making noise? No. Sometimes they fix themselves. Okay. Counter needs a little oil, and that's literally all. Wow. I'll be continuing this tomorrow. I'm happy to inform you that we made it. We're now at the highest point on the island. Hello, Jess. And we actually did record a bonus video in case we forgot to record this one, but we didn't, so here we are. There is Edinburgh. There is Arthur's Seat, well, there. And there is the Pentlands. We've been there as well. I think I aimed wrong. I think Edinburgh's there. Doesn't matter. You get the point. What? It's all Edinburgh. It's all sort of Edinburgh. Yeah, fair enough. Either way, that was this video. See you again in hopefully 2 weeks. Bye bye. Hello! If you see this outro, that means that I forgot to record an outro on the island, or I put it as a bonus video. That was this video. That was all. See you in the next one.